Gabrielle Pittiglio. Gabrielle is the director of the International Resource Development with Latet, which is a major Israeli humanitarian organization helping with the disaster right here in Israel and around the world. Sir, thank you ma'am, thank you so much for being with me, Gabrielle. I want to ask, what is going on with Latet right now to help the situation around the world where there are so many people who are struggling not only with the coronavirus, but are feeling the effects and struggling for food and humanitarian need because of the impact of the virus around the world?
Yeah, so Latet, basically, all our operations are in Israel, not abroad. And what we are doing, we're providing help to those who are the most in need right now, except for people who are sick. It's elderly people. They are isolated. Some of them in Israel, a lot of them are actually in need and they don't have the means to provide for themselves. So our goal was to allow them to stay home, don't leave home, don't catch the virus, and don't continue the chain of the propagation of the virus. So we wanted to give them a safety net, and we do that via distributing food packages and hygienic products to their homes. And we have thousands of volunteers who joined this huge chain of solidarity. The main foundations in Israel, the main philanthropic foundations joined us in the project. The IDF, the Home Front Command of the IDF, lended us a military base where we have all these packages being packed as we speak now. And I think it's about 10,000 packages were already sent to the elderly, and another 5,000 will be sent right before Passover. So we know that these elderly people, we spent the Chag, the festivities, maybe alone, but at least in security and with enough food and enough hygienic products to make ends meet.
Gabrielle, I know that especially in these times, many of these isolated elderly men and women, they are cut off from contact with their families. They're unable to leave the house. They're alone in their home. What does it mean to them to see someone volunteer their time and give them a food package delivery? That message of support, what does it mean to these people?
So you're right, a lot of them are so isolated, and when they see a volunteer coming with their shirt, and usually they're young, they're smiling. So it means that someone is thinking of them. They're not alone. And I think it's a very important message to pass to our senior generation, is that even though right now it's a huge crisis and it's very difficult, they are not forgotten, and we are taking care of them as much as we can do, obviously. And the Israeli society is very resilient to crisis. People are very care for one another. There's a lot of arvut adadi. There's a lot of caring for one another. And these elderly people, they can feel it when they hear the knock at their door and they see the package and the volunteer who is a few meters away, because we can't enter their homes, obviously, but they see that someone's thinking of them. So that's the most important message.
Gabrielle, what is these packages? I know you've already given out over 10,000. Thousands more will be delivered in the days ahead, especially because of the need for Passover to prepare for the Pesach holiday. What's in the box?
So there's a lot of food that is adapted to elderly people. It's a lot of, food that is easy to cook and with low sugar, and like cans and rice and kitniot, which I don't know, the lentils and things like that, and soups and tea, and a lot of also there's chocolate with less sugar. There's a jam. There's a lot of different things that you need to buy every day, and also stuff that are more for Passover, like matzot, or things a little bit more festive, adapted to the Chag. And also, it's important to mention that we have hand sanitizer and soap and shampoo and everything that you would need to buy in the store for yourself.
All right. Gabrielle Pittiglio, thank you so much for being with us, the Director of International Resource Development with Latet, for the work that you're doing.